Okay, so let's deploy the application. So before deploying, I'll just give a name for the organization. So I'll connect to the server. So I'm going to deploy the module. So you can directly deploy the BPM project, or you can create the DA file for your BPM project. So if you want to create a DA file for your BPM project, so you have to right click and then export. Okay, export and select distributed application archive. So it will create one composite, and then for that composite it will create a DA file. Okay, so once you have DAA, you can deploy it, or you can directly deploy your BPM project. So deploy module, deploy BPM project. Either one you can select. Okay. So, project. So it will create one composite. Okay, your BPM project will be converted into one SCA composite, and that will be deployed. So it is deployed. So before running it, okay, before running it, so you have to bind this organization model entity. Okay, you have to bind this organization model entity with the actual user. Okay, with the actual user, so who is configured in LDAP server. Okay, so start your open space. Okay, so start your open space. So this open space comes with one root user. Okay, it comes with one root user, so which is TIBCO admin. And this user has the password secret. Okay, so log in as this user. Okay, so this is the open space. So this is where, so the testing will be done. Okay, so whenever you want to test your BPM applications, so this is the one that you require. And at the same time, when you want to access your work items, so you have to use this open space. So you do have workspace also, but this is the going forward. Okay, this is the preferred one. Okay, so which is open space. So from business services category, okay, from using business services, you will be so you will be calling your business process applications. Okay, you'll be calling your business process, and from this work view, you will access your work items. And using process views, you can see the process status. And using event views, so you can see, you know, the step-by-step log information using this. So here you're going to bind the users to the LDAP organization server, LDAP model. You'll bind your organization model to the LDAP server organization model. So this is where you will configure calendar services. And using this, you will manage your global data objects. And this will be used to work on the case management business process. Okay. So first you have to bind the participant. Okay, the participant that you have defined here. Okay, you have to bind this position to the actual user. So these are the widgets that you can add. Okay, these are the widgets. So these are all created based on Google, what's that, widgets. Okay, these are all Google open space widgets. Okay, and these are all created based on Google Web Toolkit. Okay, these are all based on Google Web Toolkit. Okay, so these are all gadgets. So whichever gadget you want to add, you can add it. Okay, so yeah. So first you have to manage your you have to create one LDAP container. So go to action and select new LDAP container. So just give a name for it. And then so select add query source. So when you're working with the BPM, okay, when you're working with the TIBCO BPM, the users must be configured in LDAP server only. Okay, the users must be configured in LDAP server only. Okay, so when you install BPM, it comes with one default LDAP server. Okay, when you install BPM, it comes with one default LDAP server. So you can connect to that LDAP server. So, and we will be connected to that LDAP server for now. So select add query source, and then go to alias and select easy as. So these are all LDAP aliases. Okay, so when you configure an LDAP object, okay, LDAP instance, you will specify one alias name. Okay, you will configure an alias name, and that alias contains all the users information. Okay, so from AMX administrator you will create few instances like LF connection, okay, LF authentication template, these all things. So there you're going to specify an alias while connecting to your LF server. So the inbuilt LF server has one alias which is easy as. So select that easy as and just specify how many entries you want to retrieve. I want to retrieve at least 100 and select 100. So but this inbuilt LF server has only 8 entries. Okay, it is having only 8 entries. So you can specify so different search patterns here. Okay, you can define different search patterns. Okay, now so select save it. And again select save. Now so we have the container here. Now here, so you have to once you connect to LF server, you can map the positions with the users. So in order to do that, so select show resources. Okay, select show resources. Now these are the actual users which are there in your corporate LF. And here it will show you the logical organization model that you have created. So in our logical organization model, we didn't create any groups. Okay, we have not created any groups. So we have created only position. Okay, we have created only position. So that position you have to specify here. So select map to positions. So expand it, select. So you have the reviewer. Okay, so you have the reviewer. So now you have to specify in your enterprise, so which user is holding the position reviewer. Okay, which user is holding the position reviewer. Okay, now select it. Okay, select the user. So I am saying that so in this organization, the Clint Hill is the one who is holding the position reviewer. Okay, select your user and then so go to actions and select grant all. Okay, select grant all. Okay, grant all position memberships and this is the actual username. But while logging in, what username you want to specify. So for easier mapping, I will simply specify Hill. So while logging in, you can just specify Hill instead of so this little complicated name. Okay, so Mr. Space Clint Space Hill. So great. Okay, now so this user is associated with this reviewer. Okay, so now if you want to clear this mapping, okay, if you want to clear this mapping, you have to use this option. So remove all here. you have to select it and actions remove. Okay, now so this the user, okay, the hill is holding the position reviewer. Okay, so I'm going to select grant, and then I'm going to select save. Okay, so now we have specified, so the hill is the one who is going to perform review. Okay, who is going to perform review. So now, so this task is done. So whenever control comes here, okay, whenever the process comes here, okay, whenever process comes here, one work item will be delivered to this user. Okay, one work item will be delivered to the user hill, and that work item will contain this page flow. Okay, that work item will contain this page flow. Okay, it will contain this page flow. So which means, so first he is going to get the claim application detail, and then he is going to do the required review. Okay, then he is going to perform the required review. Okay, so now let's call the business process. So if you want to test the business process from open space, so you have to use this option. Okay, go to business services and select your process, and then so click on that start. Okay, so this is the form. So he's going to, let's enter some data. Okay, so he will enter the data, and then he is going to click on submit. Okay, now the process has been triggered. So once the business service is executed, okay, once the business service is executed, okay, once this business service is executed, so this business service will call this process. Okay, it will call this process, and the control will come here. Control comes here, and the task will be delivered to this user. Now let's log in as that user, Clint Hill. So the default LF server users, okay, the default LF server users has the password as TIBCO123. Okay, has the password TIBCO123. Specify that and specify the username. Okay, and login. Now, so now go to work views. So the work item will be available in the work views. Okay, let's go to work views. So there you can see one work item is ready for him. Okay, one work item is ready for him. Okay, so select that. You have to double click on that work item. So double click on the work item, or you can take some options from here. So allocate selected work item to self, or forward this to some other user. You know, these things. Okay, so double click. So there you can see it will show him the data. Okay, so this is the request object. And when you click on submit, okay, when you click on submit, so since it is a page flow, so you're not going to get one more work item. Okay, you're not going to get one more work item. So within the same work item only, so you will be having the next form also. Okay, you can see that work item ID, it is still one only. Okay, so specify the request status. Just whatever you want to specify, you specify. Okay, and then still he complete the task. So if you want to see the case status, so you can check that from process views. Okay, so go to process views, so select your process and go to audit. So it is you know, it is there at the pending. Your case is pending at the reviewer task. Okay, your case is pending at the reviewer task. Okay, so he's going to submit this, and this completes the process execution. This completes the request execution. and when you refresh it here, okay, the case is completed. Okay, so everything is completed now. Okay, so that's how. So you will test your business processes. So from open space. So we have created a very simple business process and we have tested that. Now I want to start the business process. Okay, I want to start this business process from BW. Okay, from BW I want to start this business process. So how exactly you can do that? So for that, first thing is you have to have Visual file. For your process you need to have a Visual file. So for that you have to log into administrator. So go to applications and there you can see you have your applications. So this is the mediation, okay, and this is your BPM application. So the BPM application also, it is some kind of mediation, some kind of SCA composite only. So that also has bindings. Okay, these are all SCA components. Okay, these are all SCA components. So HTTP connector and all those things. Okay. So this is our BPM application. So select your BPM application. So we need to generate concrete visual for it. And one more thing you can see. So for the BPM application, there is no distribution. There is no, uh, yeah, nothing. Okay. So you have to generate concrete visual for your business process. So select the first process, promoted service, and there you have this binding. So this is the virtualization binding, and this is the process binding, and this is the web service binding. So select that web service binding and select the BPM node. Okay, select the BPM node and then select generate visiting. Okay, select generate visiting. So now we have the visitor. So this visitor you have to use in BW. So BW 512 is the compatible version for the latest BPM. So if you are using BW 511, you get lots of errors. So, yeah. So go to Vistel. There you have Vistel. So paste that concrete Vistel URL. Okay, service interface. Okay. So specify SOAP request reply. And pass the parameters. So when you call the service, so you will get error. Okay, so you'll get error. So it will show you call is success here. But when you see the log file, so when you say BPM log, your call will be failed. Okay, there you can see you will get security exception. Okay, so you'll be getting security exception. And you see the exception details. Okay, it is saying that it is unauthorized API call. Okay, so the reason is you cannot directly call BPM services. Okay, or you cannot directly log into BPM runtime unless you have proper identity. Okay, unless you have proper identity, you cannot log into BPM server. Okay, you cannot log into BPM server unless you have proper identity. Okay, unless you have proper identity. So every call to BPM must be authorized. Okay, every call to BPM must be authorized. Okay, so that's why. So when you want to call BPM, so you have to make sure that you have passed proper security credentials. So with security credentials you have to pass. So by default, the BPM runtime expects that. Okay, so by the time, by default, the BPM runtime expects that the SOAP request, okay, the SOAP request that you will be sending, so must be having some basic authentication. Okay, the SOAP request that you are passing will be having the basic authentication. So when you say basic authentication, you have to pass username token as part of your SOAP request. Okay, you have to pass username token as part of your SOAP request. So let's configure that here. So for web services, so how you can pass username token? So from BW, you have to use policies. Okay, from BW, you have to use policies. Okay, so let's go. We need to use the policies palette. So for the policy palette, there you have policy palette. So you require security policy, policy association you require, and you also require one identity. Okay, you also require one identity. So BPM client. So the username password only you'll be passing. So this is the username password that you will pass. So TIBCO admin and secret. Okay, now so let's define the security policy. Okay, so specify the policy information. Okay, so these are the policy types we have. So inbound, outbound. So inbound fault and outbound fault. Okay, so you don't require so integrity, confidentiality, and even timeout also. So since you are sending request, so you will use outbound. Okay, now so go to authentication and change the security token to username token. Okay, username token. Okay, so go to username password identity and select the identity. Okay, select the identity. Now, so this policy you have to associate here. So security policy association. Okay, and then so configure your policy. Okay, and then so apply policy to what, to this request call. Okay, so that's it. So now let's run the test. Now this time, so it must be successful. So again, error. Is it error? Authentication. Okay, so you can see this is the time at 23:01. So this is the previous call it is, I think. Yeah, so now it is, now there is no error. So now you can see there is no error. Okay, so the work item will be delivered to the user. So this is the user, Clint or Hill, and when I refresh his work item, so there you can see one work item is there. So I am going to send two more requests from BW. And when you refresh it, you will have those requests here. Okay, so that's how you will call your business process from BW. So when you want to call your business process from BW, so you have to implement policies. Okay, I'll just complete this. Okay, now so the BPM, so we'll be having database. Okay, the BPM will be having its own database. Okay, I will show that later. Now, so the new version of BPM, okay, the new version of BPM, it has provided one perspective here. Okay, it has provided one perspective. So that is the BPM live development. So when you want to test forms iteratively, okay, when you want to test your forms iteratively, you can use this BPM live development. So select this BPM live development. So what it does, the BPM live development supports forms live edit and test. Only forms you can test, you can test live, but other things you cannot be tested. So changes to other asset types like process bomb must be redeployed in the modeling perspective in order to take effect. Okay, so you can customize forms and you can test them instead of redeploying your application again and again. So this is one very good option in the new BPM version 3.5. Okay, so you'll be connected to the open space. Okay, so TIBCO admin. Okay, and specify secret. Okay, so it is connected to. So you see the user, so who is the TIBCO admin. So you can also connect as that other guy, so which is client. No, it's not print, it's green. Okay, so you can create any work items and you can test them from here. Okay, so this is the new option you have in BPM live environment. Okay, so this is the local view. Okay, and so I'm going to run one work item here. So I will refresh it. So let me reload this open space. Okay, the claim task is there. So let's say I have made few modifications. Okay, in my page flow, I have made few modifications. Okay, so let's say we have made few modifications to it. Okay, so I'm going to reload my browser. Where you can see the claim map is automatically updated. Okay, now you see I'm changing something from here. Okay, I have made some changes here, and when I reload the browser, okay, when I reload the browser, so this change will be automatically reflected here. So instantly the change will be updated. There you can see. Okay, so this is one of the best features in the new BPM 3.1 version. So otherwise it is so complicated to work with the forms, in the earlier versions. All the time you have to redeploy. So for the large applications it used to be so problematic. Okay, so that's how you'll be using the BPM live development environment. Okay, so we have seen how to deploy it and how to call it from BW and how to test it using the live development environment. Okay, so rest we'll see tomorrow. Okay, so we'll meet tomorrow, Sudhakar.